This is my last time on the bed for 2022. Well, at least filming it, or at least filming it for YouTube. Kidding. Anyway, this is making fun of the news where I try and find humor in at least one news story a day during the week, and then I film and upload on Sundays. This is the last episode of 2022. It is from November 28th to December 4th. Senator and internationally acclaimed breakdancer Mitch McConnell voted against legislation that would have included protections for interracial marriages, which raised a lot of eyebrows because Mitch's second wife is Asian. His first wife is happy to be rid of him. Mitch said he does not think black and white should mix other than when he's binge eating double stuffed Oreos. He is also against interspecies marriage, despite his wife being human and both of Mitch's parents being turtles. Mitch seems to be dropping some not so subtle hints to his wife that he really doesn't like her because he got her a job in the Trump administration as Secretary of Transportation. I guess he thought maybe if she's constantly driving, flying, and taking trains and buses, that she'd never be home. Mitch was one of 37 Republicans who voted against the Respect for Marriage Act. No word on whether they're going to try and introduce a Disrespect for Marriage Act. The bill passed with a bipartisan majority of 62, with one senator not voting because he was tied up by a dominatrix while his wife was at a PTA meeting. It was revealed this week that Good Morning America co hosts Amy Robach and TJ Holmes have been spending some good evenings together because they're doing the nasty. Both have been married to other people since 2010, but both got separated in August 2022. Amy has been married to actor Andrew Shue, who was on the TV show Melrose Place, but since that got canceled, he's been on the unemployment line. TJ has been married to Mary Lee Feibig, who's an attorney, and she said that TJ stands for total jerk. He goes by TJ because his birth name is Lutelius, and white baristas at Starbucks can't spell that. The audience got suspicious one day when TJ opened the show by saying it was a really good morning, America, and Amy had the look of afterglow. Most companies discourage workplace romances, but ABC seems to be happy with the increase in ratings. To combat this, Al Roker keeps getting blood clots all over his body and going to the hospital every other day, hoping that people will tune in to NBC to check on his health. He wore a blueberry beret. Both Amy and TJ deactivated their Instagram accounts this week, so tragically, their followers will no longer be able to view photos of what they had for dinner. He ate fish for dessert. Ha! Next. Three men dressed as gladiators and centurions at Rome's Colosseum were arrested this week for forcing tourists to go to ATMs and take out hundreds of dollars to give to them just for taking a selfie. Their defense should just be that they got into character a little too much. I mean, aren't they known for pillaging? Rome's Polizia di Stato announced it on their Facebook page, or as Italians pronounce it, Facebooka, Aya era yua. No, you don't. Anyway, once when I was outside of Rome's Colosseum, these gladiators were out there taking pictures with people, but they were like 5 foot skinny Filipino guys. And I was like, no thanks. Not everything needs to be outsourced. While we're talking about extortion and gladiators, Russell Crowe owes me an $18 refund for my movie ticket and my box of Junior Mints for making me sit through that boring movie. Other than Kanye West, this week's award for triggering the most internet users goes to Ms. Calcium Cannons, who posts a lot of videos on TikTok of herself breastfeeding in public, and a lot of people get triggered. I swear that's her name on TikTok. It's not one of my stupid jokes. Most women who look like this have the nickname Ms. Silicone Poisoning. I'm surprised she's not Mrs. Calcium Cannons, but I guess most men who want to drink some warm milk with their cookies don't want to fight a baby for it. She needs all the thirsty mouths she can find just so she can get down to a normal bra size. So if you're a grandma with osteoporosis, you may want to become friends with this chick. One time I was in the checkout line at Costco and there was a woman in front of me wearing a V-neck shirt and holding a baby, and I turned away, and then 5 seconds later, the kid was drinking straight from the tap. I was like, get a room or a breast pump in a bottle. It's like we're at Costco. Go buy milk in the dairy section in bulk and have the kid pour it himself. On the one hand, I know it's like nature or whatever, but at the same time, when it comes to public breastfeeding, I'm lactating intolerant. This is my last episode of 2022 because I've ignored so many things in my life this past year. I came up with this idea a year ago because my New Year's resolution was to write one joke a day. And then I decided to look at the news to kind of get topics. And then I thought, why not make a weekly YouTube series? And here we are a year later, 36 episodes later. But it takes almost 25 hours a week to do making fun of the news, and I've been looking into true crime way too much. So next year, I really want to start doing stand up comedy again. I've been writing jokes since high school. Some of you know my mom is voted class clown and class wit. But you also know that I'm really introverted and I get really anxious getting up and doing stand up. I've done it about 10 times, but the last two times were in 2006 and 2017. And I just kind of avoid putting myself in that anxious situation. But my New Year's resolution for 2023 is to go back to doing stand up comedy open mic. So it's going to take a lot of time for me to prepare for that. And also, I wrote a book manuscript over a year and a half ago. I finished the first draft, which is 633 pages, and I need to get it down to about 300 pages. So next year in 2023, I'm only going to do making fun of the news every other Sunday because I just really need to focus on other things. I want to thank everybody who has written nice comments either on YouTube or Instagram or Twitter, or actually nobody on Twitter really cares. But on TikTok, I have almost 22,000 followers and close to 700,000 likes. So I really kept my humor to myself for way too long. And it's nice to know that I've kind of put a smile on the face of hundreds of thousands of people over this past year just by doing this making fun of the news and stuff. So hopefully I'll be back in 2023 and saying even more inappropriate jokes for you guys to hopefully laugh at. Bye. If you celebrate any holidays, happy holidays, and maybe I'll see you next year. Thank you again for whatever kind of support you may have given me this year. Bye.